Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this week's Are We Bad People podcast.
Welcome back.
Things have been going down.
Yeah.
Yet again. Probably going to be saying that for a while. Every week. Oh, Jesus, dude. It's been something else.
Yeah.
I've been trying to tune out some political stuff. It feels a lot better.
Yeah. It feels a lot better when you have no clue what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I know what's going on, but I've been trying not to
just
get
take breaks.
too hung up on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really hard though sometimes, especially when people I know directly are very affected by the stuff that's going on. It's it's tough, but yeah. So if you guys don't know, ICE has been taking many migrants,
snagging them up.
They are
unfortunately.
Yeah, they're talking about putting them at Guantanamo Bay, which is where we used to torture terrorists.
Yeah, post 9/11. Well, not even really terrorists. It was more of suspected.
Right. They've signed the Laken Riley Act into law, which basically means that you can just accuse an immigrant of doing a crime and just immediately deport them, without the right to a fair trial. And also some kind of fun, not really. I guess a lot of people lost money. DeepSeek AI, which is a Chinese-ran AI company, just destroyed the American stock market.
Yeah.
It lost $1 trillion, and
pretty much.
We'll talk about that as well. So it'll be a fun
day,
a fun week. Where are we? Yeah, it'll be good. Oh, and we had 2 plane crashes, and Trump blamed it on DEI.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Biden and
Obama.
Climate change. And also, one more thing we got to talk about. Actually, let's start with this.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I had this post on Instagram. Let me find it. Basically, obviously Donald Trump is president.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know.
Yeah.
In case you've been living under a boulder forever. So let me find this. It is crazy. So he said he got mad. Here we go. So Trump lashes out at Powell, which is Jerome Powell, who's the Fed chair, right?
Yeah, he's a central bank guy.
So is he single-handedly able to cut interest rates and raise them? Okay. So he's basically, his job is to raise and lower interest rates.
All the central banks, they meet. They have a meeting.
But he's the final decision.
Yeah, he's the final, and they vote on it. But he can kind of cut if he feels like it, or if the data looks good, or pause like he did.
Gotcha.
And
he's the face of the Fed, and they cut and raise the interest rates basically to combat inflation for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Trump lashes out at Powell after Fed pauses rate cuts. He said, quote, Powell and the Fed failed to stop the problem they created with inflation. So this is a truth post from DJT, the man, the myth, the legend.
I just want to say something before we talk about it. You know how many times the news is going to say about Truth Social? Truth Social is going to get so much free advertising.
For real.
Because that's where Donald Trump posts.
Yeah.
That's where you got to go to find out what's happening.
You gotta. Yeah, it's
crazy.
I've realized, because obviously he's on Twitter now, since Elon Musk owns it, but he posts so much on Truth Social, and he posts only the big stuff on Twitter. So I'll see, because his Twitter audience is a lot bigger, but he'll post multiple times a day on Truth Social, and then every day or two on X. And I'm just oh boy. But so let's read this amazing Truth Social post. Because Jay Powell and the Fed failed to stop the problem they created with inflation, I will do it by unleashing American energy production, slashing regulation, rebalancing international trade by starting a trade war. What does that mean? And reigniting American manufacturing. But I will do much more than stopping inflation. I will make our country financially and otherwise powerful again. The Fed has done a terrible job on bank regulation. Treasury is going to lead the effort in cutting it, to cut unnecessary regulation, and will unleash lending for all American people. and for businesses. If the Fed had spent less time on DEI, gender ideology, quote, green energy, and fake climate change, inflation would have never been a problem. Instead, we suffered from the worst inflation in the history of our country. Did he just blame inflation on climate change and DEI?
Yeah.
He has no fucking...
He has no clue what's happening.
Oh, God. Let's go over this. Let's start at the beginning here. So, as he said at the beginning, he will combat inflation by unleashing American energy production, slashing regulation, rebalancing international trade, and reigniting American manufacturing. Well, I'm assuming what he means by that is he's going to slap tariffs on everything and cut all these regulations for the environment. Because, dude, the fact that the president of the United States right now, while we just had fires take out entirety of California, we got snow in Florida and in Texas, and somehow he's saying, he straight up said, fake climate change. Like, okay, I think we talked about this earlier a little bit, but I'm just like, if I know that Trump is like, doesn't believe in climate change, but I would have thought he would have at least tried to make it seem like he did a little bit. Like he would be like playing to it and being like, I don't know if it's real, but the scientists say it's real, so maybe it's real. But he's just straight up like, no, that's just
no, he does.
It's just not real.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So just totally crazy person.
Yeah.
That's just insane.
Yeah.
There's like, what are you talking about? What do you mean climate change isn't real? Are you fucking crazy?
It's snowing. It's supposed to snow in Florida and Texas, Dakota.
It's supposed to happen.
Never.
Gosh, dude. But yeah, so unleashing American energy production, I'm assuming he just means like we're not gonna try to do like
he's gonna make it easier for them to drill.
Yeah, he's gonna drill. He's going to stop giving them like tax breaks for like renewable energy.
Yeah.
So that's good. No, it's not. But he's gonna slash regulation, rebalance international trade, and reignite American manufacturing. Maybe tariffs could have some American manufacturing effects, because I mean that's the point of tariffs.
Yeah,
is to like you make something more expensive to get imported for the American companies, so then they are more incentivized to make companies here and get the manufacturing done here. But
at the same time,
most likely what's going to happen is these people are just going to continue to do that and raise the prices on the consumer.
Yeah,
that's what.
And it's also like he's not really incentivizing or giving signals. Be like, come make your stuff here.
Yeah.
So
and so he said that, which is crazy so far. He'll make our country financially and otherwise powerful again. The Fed has done a terrible job on bank regulation. Treasury is going to lead the effort to cut unnecessary regulation and will unleash lending for all American people. I mean, he's saying all this because it's going to work for his audience. They're all going to be like, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
DEI climate change bullshit.
Yeah.
Cut all the regulation. Let's get back to drilling, baby.
Yeah.
And then, so he has, if the Fed spent less time on DEI, gender ideology, like, green energy, do they spend time on gender ideology and DEI?
I don't think so.
Like, what the fuck? Is Jerome Powell talking about trans climate change immigrants or something? Like, what are we talking about?
No, he's not. He's literally just like not talking about that.
He's an old white guy. He's one of you, Donald.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Donald's orange. Never mind.
He's an old orange.
An Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
That escaped. Oh my god, dude. Wait, here we go. Someone said in the comments, what does the Fed have to do with DEI, gender ideology, renewable energy, and climate change?
Bro, what's the look at the replies.
A fan of what program, what recorded... Oh, it's talking to someone else. They have nothing to do with it. Anyways, it's just crazy because you've seen this. Maybe we go into that next, is the plane crashes. Trump literally, he keeps finding situations where he doesn't know what to do, or he has something that he wants to do, and he just keeps going back to, but they were fed up with the trans immigrant ideology and the climate change DEI program. It's like he just has these buzzwords and he uses them and they don't apply.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. It's just so stupid.
Yeah, it is.
Also, there was this thing the other day that I saw where Trump I guess, urged someone, or because of his initiative, basically events like Women's History Month, Black History Month.
Yeah, it's all banned.
Pride Month, all of those things, MLK Day. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, all these days and all of these things that are supposed to be celebrating, like, minorities and people being themselves, are, like, just not going to be nationally recognized under the Trump administration, which is just literally, why do that?
Yeah.
Like, okay, there's an argument for the DEI thing. I don't agree with it, and I don't think it's based in anything other than racism. Like, it's like, you're hiring people because they're black to fill a quota. You're not hiring people because they're good at their job, which is obviously, that's not the point of DEI.
Yeah.
But doing just completely banning these holidays and stuff is just so stupid. There's no argument for that.
Yeah, I know.
I just don't like black people, so I'm just gonna not give them a month anymore. It's like, well, what are we doing here? Yeah. We're going backwards so far.
Yeah.
What's next? Are we gonna reinstate Jim Crow laws? Like, fucking hell.
Yeah, for real though. It's also like weird because why do people complain when they get the day off anyways?
Yeah, right.
It's like, you say you want to work more, you don't have any paid holidays.
No, but like, because there's no reason to not like MLK Day.
Yeah.
What, he was just a civil rights leader. You got a problem with a civil rights leader? That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's insane.
Oh, god damn it. Yeah, so this is just really absurd. I wanted to share it.
Yeah.
It's just been so frustrating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, it has.
You have anything else to say about this DEI inflation? Gender.
Well, okay, so actually,
they're doing trans immigrant inflation.
So about the plane crash, I don't know if you want to like go into more detail. If you want to go back to the podcast.
You British now?
Yeah, the podcast, mate. So I have like
this?
was that that was about the crash, I think. Oh wait, do you have the thing?
I don't have Wall Street.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, you're good.
Oh, it's cut
Oh
off.
Shit. Hold on.
Well, here, we can just read this.
Yeah.
So it says Trump blames DEI Democrats for deadly plane crash. Wait, here's a clip.
Oh yeah, play the clip.
Must have only the highest standards for those who work in our aviation system. I changed the Obama standards from very mediocre at best to extraordinary. You remember that. Only the highest aptitude.
Wait,
you remember that?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, he always like says that like he's talking to someone in the audience or something.
You remember that? Remember that one?
Remember, I changed it. I changed
like,
it really well,
like
folks.
10 years ago,
Yeah.
when I was president.
Yeah, for real.
It's like, oh my god.
They have to be the highest intellect and psychologically superior people. We're allowed to.
What, like white people? Is that what he's saying?
He's like white males.
We need to stop hiring these black people because they don't cut that out of context. That was not. I'm doing a Trump impression. We need to stop doing the DEI. We need to stop hiring these gay amputees. We need to hire,
dude. I mean,
only the white.
That's pretty much what he's saying.
People. Because later in this, I don't know if it's in this clip, he literally blames amputees and like dwarves. And he says that they're doing amputee dwarves that are doing aviation control, and it's DEI, and
To qualify for air traffic controllers. That was not so prior to getting there.
He
when
looks
I
so
arrived
bad,
in
dude.
He does look really
2016. I made that change very early on because I always felt this was a job and other jobs too, but this was a job that had to be superior intelligence and.
We can't have the inferior mind of other races in this thing. We only need the superior race, which is orange people.
Yeah, Oompa Loompas.
Yeah, we need Oompa Loompas doing air traffic control. No gay ones.
Yeah, so we can exploit them. They have no rights.
Yeah, the H-1B Oompa Loompas.
I put safety first. Obama, Biden, and the Democrats put policy first. And they put politics at a level that nobody's ever seen.
You're the president now. Just fucking go move on.
Yeah, he cannot move on.
He's like, no, but Biden fucked everything up. It's like, okay, well, fix it. If it's really true, then fucking fix it. Move on already. God.
And their politics was even worse. And my administration will set the highest possible bar for aviation safety. We have to have our smartest people. It doesn't matter what they look like, how they speak, who they are. It matters intellect, talent, the word talent.
Look, this is what I was saying earlier. There's an argument that I understand sort of there. yeah, we need to hire people who know what they're doing, not trying to hit a quota of black people or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's not what the DEI programs are there to do.
Yeah, no,
it's crazy because like it's just because people who are black or Hispanic or trans, they are. There's racism in the world. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
But there's racism, there's transphobia, there's all sorts of discrimination in the world. And we want people who are more marginalized to have the same what's the word? It's
like opportunities.
Yeah, we want to have the same opportunity to get the same kind of jobs.
Yeah.
And so it's not like they're hiring this Hispanic trans man because they're trans and Hispanic. It's like we need to sometimes incentivize people that are at the top of these companies who can be have their own biases.
Yeah.
We need to make sure that those people aren't able to discriminate about people just because of this certain trait. They need to hire them purely based on their merit, not purely based on this one's trans. I don't know if I fuck with that.
Yeah.
Like, that's the problem. And it's not. It's just obviously it sounds from the like. Without that other side, it sounds like he's saying, well, they're hiring these people because they're black. And it's like, not the case necessarily. It's just so annoying.
Yeah, it's really annoying. I hope, dude, what if he gets his whole presidency and just blames everything on DEI?
He probably will.
Yeah.
He probably will. Let's see what else he had to say.
You have to be talented, naturally talented geniuses. You can't have regular people doing that job. They won't be able to do it. But we'll restore faith in American air travel. I'll have more to say about that. I do want to point out that various articles that appeared prior to my entering office, and here's one. The FAA's diversity push includes focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities.
Bro, what? What is
amazing.
That is amazing. Okay, it cut him off. He said something about amputees and like, yeah, okay. So he said,
is there a video?
I'm not gonna watch another video.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, here we go. So it said yeah. Okay, this is what we just saw, but they cut him off. So it says the FAA's website says they include hearing, vision, missing extremities, partial, which is like amputees, partial paralysis, complete paralysis, epilepsy, severe intellectual disability, psychiatric disability, and dwarfism.
That's crazy.
That's not why this plane crashed.
Yeah.
This was okay. If you don't know what the plane crash we're talking about is, by the way, it's like a helicopter.
The Black Hawk helicopter.
Wasn't it like near an airport? There was a Black Hawk helicopter.
Yeah. So
to where it wasn't supposed to be, and the plane hit it.
So it was at Washington National, which is like one of the most busiest airports like in the United States.
Yeah.
And the way that the planes approach the runways, they come in and they kind of slightly turn right, and they're over a river.
Okay.
Doing this, and the helicopter's ceiling is 200 feet off the ground, and the Black Hawk was at 400 feet.
Oh.
So they were like double their
that
ceiling.
A military?
Yeah, it's a lot of military operates.
Gotcha.
But I think they're actually gonna slow that down quite a bit because there's like almost 1,000 flights a day in that airport.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that happened. And Trump blamed it on DEI and dwarves and immigrants. I mean, not immigrants, but Biden and like all these things.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he somehow tied that in.
I mean, he said that under Biden, there's all these DEI policies that caused it. But also, I'm pretty sure it was like days before that happened. He also did freeze the hiring.
Yeah, I actually have that in my thing. You can see that there. So he blamed DEI for the plane crash, and then there's only about 10,000 air traffic control personnel when there should be 14. So they're short 4,000 people
because of DEI.
Yeah,
because they're being.
So
yeah, so didn't he? Wasn't it? Was that part of the? He also tried to like freeze. Like
he did freeze hiring. Like all hiring except for the post office. And something else, but I'm pretty sure air traffic control was
like a bunch of national, or like was it government
jobs.
And what was the point of that? What was he trying to do?
I guess to like save money by like not hiring a bunch of people.
Bro, even if we didn't do all of that, we got such a fucking crazy deficit that it's not doing anything.
Yeah,
hundreds of trillions of dollars. Even if we didn't do that, it's so stupid. There's so many things that is so frustrating.
I mean, he tried to freeze grants and all that. Remember that? And it got like blocked.
My goodness. Yeah, so that's that. There was another plane crash too.
Oh yeah, the Philadelphia
Yeah, Philadelphia. It it went into like a
it was like
city, right?
It was like I went to like a suburb or in a suburb area in Philadelphia,
Crazy.
and it was like it was a medic vac plane or something like that.
Yeah.
So
And the other plane, the one that he blamed on DEI, was
a passenger.
It was passenger, and there was a bunch of I think it was finger skaters or something.
Yeah, there was like a lot of
figure
people on
skaters.
there.
They were like there was like everyone died on the helicopter and in the plane.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know about the other one. Do you know if everyone died in that one? It's really
I'm not
sad
sure.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing a whole lot of like about the recovery, so I'm not exactly sure. But
the first time I saw the plane crash thing, it's just the news is just horrible. It's just like I open my feed and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And it's like, not that I don't care, but it's like sometimes hard for me to like fully be there and be like, this is a tragedy, because it's like, I feel like I just saw this yesterday. Like it's not a tragedy. These people died and it's horrible, but it's like, it feels like this is happening every day.
Yeah.
So it's really hard for me to like fully be emotionally engaged with everything that I see.
Yeah. It's also, it feels like it's been a year.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It does. Yeah. It's been a long week. Honestly, I was literally sitting here yesterday and I was like, dang, we haven't filmed in a minute. I'm like, wait, no, we filmed last week.
Yeah.
For some reason, it feels like we haven't filmed in weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, it really has.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of all of this. Okay, let's talk about what he's been doing with ICE and immigrants and stuff, and then we can get into this deep seek.
All right.
And some other personal stuff.
All right.
Okay, so obviously, if you don't know, unless you've been you've been living under a fucking, you've been not even like, you're just like a newly born baby if you don't know that Trump hates immigrants and he wants to get them all out here.
Yeah.
He ran on mass deportations and we're working on it. He's doing it. He's doing the thing. Dr. Phil went along with them. And
Dr. Phil it got personal for him, I think.
Oh my gosh, dude. He was like, oh my gosh. So Dr. Phil,
I didn't see the whole video.
He went along with the ICE agents like to get these immigrants. And he was there. He was like, they're only getting the really bad criminals. And then he showed them like arresting this guy, and this guy was like, he seemed not that violent, but maybe he is. I don't know. He might be accused of it, and they're just like, they are able to send him out now.
Yeah.
And they like showed him in handcuffs, and then Dr. Phil was sitting there like, are you legal citizen? And he's like, no, but my mom is. And he's like, your mother's a legal citizen? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I've seen you on TV before. He's like, or no, he said like, Dr. Phil. And he was like, how do you know me? He was like, the hell? This thing knows me. It was like, I don't know what it was, but it felt like this guy, like Dr. Phil was like not putting together that it was a person for me. That's what it looked like. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
He was like,
yeah.
I mean, Dr. Phil's whole thing is like, let's get a bunch of poor, crazy people on the show so we can exploit them and make a bunch of money and content off of them.
Dude, Dr. Phil, I used to like watch that.
Yeah. I used to watch people watch it.
Yeah. I was going to say that's what I would do. It was like kind of weird and just kind of cringe, really.
It's definitely very exploitative.
Yeah.
Overall. But yeah, this was pretty wild, dude. He went along. He was talking
Phil's
about
different now.
And then he went up and he was like, they're saying that they're doing dragnet sweeps and just getting a bunch of other innocent people, but that's not what I saw. And I'm like, dude, you had a film crew. You were you think that they didn't like dumb? Like, you don't think they polished the process to put on TV? This is a made-for-TV ICE raid. They're not gonna go steal a bunch of children from the church and the preschool. They're gonna go to actually target the criminals.
Dude.
That doesn't mean they're not doing it when the cameras aren't there. Like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, that's crazy that they made like schools, churches, and work like not safe anymore.
Yeah. They made it so that ICE can enter those places.
Now they're not showing up to work, which is like, normal.
Yeah.
It's like I wouldn't show up to work if I know I was gonna be able to like get deported.
Dude. And it's so scary because they literally will go to doors and lie so that you open the door willingly. Because sometimes they don't have a warrant, but if you open the door and you're there, then they can arrest you. But it's like they can't like enter your house, they can't kick down your door, but they'll knock on your door, manipulate you into opening the door, and then arrest you and like deport you. It's like fucking like,
yeah.
If it was actually violent criminals, then it would be something. But they're
like ICE would be doing like what do they call it when you're fighting in like houses and stuff, like urban warfare.
Yeah,
it would be like urban warfare.
Dude, these, and it's like also, it's I don't know. It's just everything is just going crazy. And like, so they're arresting some people who are accused at least of very bad crimes right now, rape, murder, things like that, which is a good thing. We should arrest those people. We should put them behind bars if they're rapists and murderers, of course. But at the same time, if we're sending them back to their countries to just do it more, that's not good. And if we're just going to use that, which is what they're doing, that to justify taking all of the innocent people, then that's horrible. Especially when we're putting them on Guantanamo Bay.
Oh yeah, that too.
That's crazy.
Bro, I don't even think Guantanamo Bay was holding more than like 900 people at its peak during post 9/11.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So,
also, it's also one more thing about that immigration thing is like, it's also crazy to think that the Biden administration was like, oh, this person just raped and killed a child. We're gonna go send him in prison, and we're like, he's an illegal immigrant who's trans. Let's just let him go back out on the street. Do you think that's what they're doing? That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, no.
Also, the Biden administration deported like 4 million immigrants over the course of the 4 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is a lot.
Yeah, it's like 1 million a year.
Yeah, that's a lot. I'm pretty sure. I might
just about.
Let me make sure I did that.
You might have to put your keyboard close.
Whatever. You can look it up for yourself. But I'm pretty, from what I've heard, if I remember correctly, it was the Biden administration deported around 4 million people over the course of the administration.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of people. It's not 20 million people. It's not every single one of them.
Yeah.
But it's just so insane to assume that, like, the Biden administration was just they're like, they take up the illegal immigrants. They give them some bottom surgery and then they put them back out on the street to go do more. It's like, no.
It literally sounds like, I don't know how people actually believe that because it's made up. I mean, and it sounds like it is made up because it is. It's not real.
I swear America is just a long parody of a country.
It's a 200 something year old parody of like Britain.
Yeah, for real though. So yeah, let's talk about this Guantanamo Bay thing. Oh shit, what did I do?
Come on, Dakota.
How did I do that?
What the fuck are you?
There we go. Okay. So yeah, Trump talks about putting 30,000 migrants at Guantanamo Bay. He says, quote, the U.S. will send the worst criminal illegal aliens to Guantanamo Bay.
So like your friend.
So like your neighbor.
Yeah.
Like your
next door neighbor.
Your roofer. Like President Trump says he plans to use a migrant holding facility at the U.S. naval base in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, to house up to 30,000.
30 million?
That would be crazy.
Jesus.
30,000 criminal migrants deported from the United States. In a White House memo, he ordered the Pentagon and Department of Homeland Security to begin that process to, quote, halt the border invasion, dismantle criminal cartels, and restore national sovereignty. I've also been reading this book recently about open borders.
Yeah.
It's called The Case for Open Borders, and it's a very interesting book. It's given me a lot of insight on this kind of stuff. I'm not done with it yet, so I don't know everything, but I've mainly read about like the historical argument so far and how throughout history, borders have, for the most part, been like purely used to like exclude this other group and to keep us in and keep them out, out. And like we used borders against the Native Americans.
That's crazy.
And we just basically built the border wall, and we're like, you can't come over here anymore because you're not an American. And then we would just like push farther west and keep building walls farther and farther west until eventually we just completely push them out, and then like arrest them if they came into their land where their religious areas are. It's like, this is crazy. Like this is like they've been used to exploit and marginalize groups of people, and they're continually used that way. And like, because it's also just, I don't know, it's just so stupid. I'm getting to the I'm like I wish we could get to an open border, but that's just not feasible in today's day and age because of how much stigmatized like immigration is in this country, especially. It's and all around the world, but especially right now, right here. Anyways, the Trump administration said the deported migrants would not be held in U.S. military prison at Guantanamo Bay that houses suspected foreign terrorists, including alleged 9/11 mastermind Kahid Sakil Muhammad. I don't know. Instead, it said that they would be held in a separate area on the naval station portion of Guantanamo, which for decades has been a facility for migrants, which is true. Mostly Haitians, Cubans, and Dominicans. It is true. It is true. But it is still like very disturbing to put 30,000 immigrants.
Yeah.
In a holding facility.
Yeah, I heard that Pete Hedgeck said, because a reporter asked him like, well, didn't it only hold like a couple hundred people? How are you guys gonna fit? He's like, we'll just build extra places where the golf course is.
But like also like, okay, if we're putting them on Guantanamo Bay, which is, there's a reason that we tortured like terrorists there.
Yeah,
because like it was outside of the
it was outside of our borders,
the constitutional area.
Yeah,
like why put them there? There's plenty of other areas.
Yeah,
in the United States you could probably put them.
It's the CIA's new pet project.
Yeah, it's like, why put them? No, it's not a concentration camp though. We're just putting a lot of this certain group of people that we don't like because they're criminals into a place that's outside of our borders where we don't have to constitutionally give them the rights that they deserve, so that we can hold them there. Concentrated area. It's like, no, God, Jesus. Hegseth said migrants would not be held indefinitely as they are Guantanamo military prison, where some detainees have been for 2 decades without being charged. He said Guantanamo would be a way station for them until the administration finds other countries to take them. That's what indefinitely means. What do you mean?
Yeah.
He said they're not going to be held indefinitely, just until we can find somewhere. So that means indefinitely. So like until you can. So
yeah,
there's no. That's Jesus Christ. This is not camps. You're not putting criminals in camps where ISIS and other criminals are. He said this is a temporary transit where we can plus up thousands and tens of thousands, if necessary, to humanely move illegals out of our country. Where it's crazy to say humanely when you're literally uprooting tens of thousands, if not tens of millions of people's lives for no apparent reason. Oh my God.
We're just going to humanely put them in a non-sovereign area where the military and the CIA can literally do whatever they want to them and they won't get in trouble.
Yeah. We're going to humanely arrest them at their church and put them in a Guantanamo Bay and keep them there for about a decade, and then find some country that will take them back and then put them in prison there. And just like, that's not humane at all. That's crazy. The Trump administration has not defined what the length of, quote, temporary transit entails. It's unclear whether Guantanamo's current migrant holding facilities has enough space for 30,000 people. When Trump first announced his plan, he said it did. Quote, we have 30,000 beds in Guantanamo to detain the worst criminal illegal aliens threatening the American people. Okay, so like, that's like, 2,000 immigrants of the 20 million. So we can just put those guys there.
Yeah.
And then we can just like leave all the other, the people that work at like fucking, I don't know, they work this lawn care company or this McDonald's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can let them be, right? No. Because obviously this is the way that it evolves. He says his entire thing is we're going to deport 20 million migrants, which is all of them. And so to like say that we're only doing this to the bad ones is crazy when he says deliberately we're going to deport all of them.
If it was the bad ones, it would be like 20 people.
Yeah, it would be literally, if you're doing the murderers, it would be like 50 people a year. If you're doing the rapist and those people, like maybe 10,000 a year, like it's not even close.
Yeah.
But like, to say that we're only doing the bad ones, but also say that we're deporting all of them is entailing that all of them are the bad ones, which is obviously insane.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. But Trump later said he intends to, quote, expand the facility to full capacity. Great. So like a concentrated area, like with like a high concentration of people.
Huh.
Then what happens when the country don't take them back? And then it's like a hassle. What are we going to do with them? Put them to work?
Anyways.
Kill them? Like, what are we going to do with them after that?
Yeah.
The facility, disparate, it's been falling apart. It's in despair, Warren added. And this practical matter, the conditions would be created if people went there would be so substandard that it would give people opportunities to file lawsuits around the conditions of their confinement while they're being deported. That's crazy, actually. Anyways. Yeah, so things aren't looking great. I also wanted to talk about one more thing regarding to Trump's immigration policies. So there have been some American citizens that were detained by ICE because they were suspected to be Hispanic, basically.
That's crazy.
Trump immigration raids snag U.S. citizens, including Native Americans, raising racial profiling fears. A U.S. veteran and a U.S. veteran.
That's crazy.
U.S. veteran and Navajo resident have been asked for identification. Critics are complaining of the racial profiling as raids and deportations increase. So, American citizens, including citizens of native tribal nations, have been pulled into the vast immigration operations ordered by President Donald J. Trump, in accordance with the campaign to vow mass deportation since day one. Those who are getting caught in immigration and custom enforcement raids are being targeted because of their race or skin color, or according to witnesses. The nation was flooded with calls from tribal members living off reservation, with many reporting being questioned about their identity by ICE officers. That's so fucked up. Questioning of, I don't know how to say this, but Navajo nation citizens who are American citizens by ICE has been problematic enough that the Navajo President Bu Ning, I don't even know how to say these words. I'm sorry. Took to the airwaves to address it. On a tribal radio station, they said that they had received amounts of negative and sometimes traumatizing encounters with ICE. And these are people who were Native Americans. Like, these are people that we weaponized this border against, and now we're like, hey, you don't look American, you look foreign. Can I deport you? Can I put you in Guantanamo? And they're like, dude, I'm more American than you are.
Yeah. Oh, what do you know? They asked for ICE to comment, and they haven't got back to them yet.
Oh, wait, where did you see that one?
It's like...
right here? NBC News reached out to ICE regarding detaining questions in Navajo citizens and complaints of racial profiling, and it's not received a response. Great! Great. No, I'm glad they didn't clear anything up, because it's very clear. It's very clear.
Yeah.
One of the employees detained and questioned by ICE at a seafood wholesaler during an immigration raid in Newark, New Jersey, was a U.S. citizen and military veteran.
That's crazy.
Detained and questioned by ICE at your job. Wait, was it at the job? No, it didn't say that. While at a seafood wholesaler.
That's crazy.
And they're a U.S. citizen and military veteran. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
That's just like spitting in them.
Your voice sounds a little bit Hispanic. Get in the truck. It's like why else would they do it?
Yeah,
it's insane. They're like, Newark Mayor Ras Barca denounced the ICE raid, saying a military veteran, quote, suffered the indignity of having legitimacy of his military documentation questioned. Regarding the ICE raid, they stated they, quote, may encounter U.S. citizens while conducting field work and may request identification to establish an individual's identity. So that's a fancy way of saying we're going to just ask everyone for their identity, I guess, and if they can't provide it, then we're going to assume they're an illegal, is what my guess.
That's crazy.
And I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. But
so you just have to carry your passport around.
I guess so, yeah. Jeez, dude. It's insane. The seafood wholesaler owner told WPIX in New York that the warehouse manager who was also detained was Puerto Rican. Puerto Rico is also a U.S. territory, and its residents are U.S. citizens. So he was vaguely Hispanic, so they took him into custody because he couldn't provide documentation on the spot. That's crazy.
You think they would just be like, can I see your driver's license?
Yeah, right. It sounds like he actually had... They actually had like military documentation, but they were questioning it.
Like, it's fake.
It doesn't look real. You print that out.
Jeez.
Oh boy. Yeah. So fun things going on in the world right now. Sorry to ruin your week.
Yeah.
But I feel better having ranted about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about DeepSeek.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
change gears here.
Let's talk about the CCP and how it's strong. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's talk about DeepSeek. So, if you guys don't know what DeepSeek is, where you been?
Yeah, under a rock.
Under a rock? What the hell's going on with these rocks? You need to stop going under the rocks. There's dirty down there. It's dirty down there. You could get sick. You could be cold. It's cold outside. Get inside. Right. Get on inside. Anyways. Yeah, you want to read your thing that you had about DeepSeek?
So DeepSeek made it feels like it was so random the way it came out because it was Monday, this past Monday by the time this comes out.
And so this was a Chinese company.
Yeah, Chinese company.
A Chinese startup who wasn't primarily focused on AI. It was like a side project.
Yeah, it was a side project. So it was the hedge fund. I forgot the hedge fund's name was in China. But it's a hedge fund that literally it was just a side project.
That's so funny.
The whole thing. And it was like, let's see. It was made at a very cheap price of $6 million to $7 million.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
There's some question to that, but it seems like
the most of the reports that I've seen, it's like 4 to 6 million,
which it might,
which is really cheap.
To be fair, though,
did that
they did use NVIDIA chips.
Yeah,
we'll get into that.
Yeah, so that's another thing too. Is like the chips that they use. People are speculating they could have stockpiled the fast NVIDIA chips that they aren't allowed to export.
Because I think it's what's the country that's like right next to China?
Taiwan.
Is it Taiwan?
Yeah, Taiwan.
Okay, well, yeah, it's one of the countries over there. Maybe you're right. I don't want to say you are for sure, but yeah. So there's country right next to China that like the imports of because we have like. Is it sanctions? Is that what it's called? When you or we don't send the newest and greatest NVIDIA chips to China directly because we want to have the best of the best.
Yeah.
But we do send it to this country right next to China. And when we stop sending it to China, the country right next to China, 20% up in terms of how many is getting imported there. The implication with that is that it's going to that country and then going to China.
Yeah.
So they still probably have access to those chips. But yeah, so the interesting thing about this whole thing is like, you're saying they sent like $6 million.
Yeah.
According to the reports, they don't have the best access to the best chips, but they made this AI platform called DeepSeek.
Yeah.
For way cheaper. It's open source, which means you can see how it's thinking and how it was made, and it's better.
Yeah, it's better,
in a lot
and
of ways.
It's free.
And it's free. We'll get into that, and it was done by China. How the hell? And also, the reason that it's so shocking that it only took like $6 million to do is because we spend so much money on AI in America. Like, so much money. I'm pretty sure it was like actually right before DeepSeek launched their AI product was when Donald Trump announced
the Stargate.
Where it's like $500 billion going to AI development in America.
AI and then Oracle, which Oracle's like a software thing. They're like internet company type deal.
It's insane.
And they're pledging $500 billion to the U.S. to make Operation Stargate, which is like an AI infrastructure project.
And also every single time, like every company in America right now is just going, hey, we have this AI product. It's pointless and useless and no one really fucking cares, but we're doing it. And everyone's like, oh my God, take my money, please. Take all of my money. I'm going to throw all my money in your stock.
Dude, they literally spend like billions of dollars.
You say the word AI at like a public like press conference or whatever about your company, immediately your stock goes up by like $15. Within minutes after that it goes live.
And
Facebook, Instagram, I mean, they're the same company. ChatGPT, obviously. There's just every app now has their version of AI. Google has Gemini. They've got we've got Apple. I don't know. Yeah, Apple has one. So it's like everyone's doing it because it's the big buzzword. Boom. It's the AI boom.
It adds like hundreds of millions of dollars to a company's valuation.
Yeah, literally.
Which is like not good.
And also, interestingly, ChatGPT, like you said, it's a lot more expensive than DeepSeek.
Yeah.
And one of the things that's even crazy about that is because, as you said, it's been very, very expensive to do this AI. They have a $200 a month tier of ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And it's not profitable.
No.
It's not profitable on $200 a month. That's crazy.
Yeah. And also the thing about, like, I saw this one bit about DeepSeek was like the way that it works. Like how they train OpenAI, like how OpenAI trains the ChatGPT interface. They'll just give it all the information at once. DeepSeek, they like
learns like a person.
Yeah, it learns like a person. Where like the information is there, and they can just kind of like pull from it whenever you want. I have it on my phone, and I used it a couple of times, and I was like,
downloaded it too. Yeah. I don't even have ChatGPT, and I downloaded it because I was like, take that, America.
But I was like code, and it just like wrote a code for a whole game.
Dang.
In like 5 minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that, obviously ChatGPT could do that, but like, it's just
I didn't have to sign up, pay.
You didn't have to pay for it. Yeah, you didn't have to do any of all that stuff. You didn't have to pile a bunch of money into a stock. And the thing is that's crazy about it is after it came out, in like, it was just all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh, and another thing, like, we've been spending so much money on AI mainly because the U.S. wants to be like the place for AI where like we have the best AI.
Yeah.
It seems like it's the next big technology. And that's why it's so shocking for this to come out and be better, cheaper, and made so much cheaper.
Oh yeah.
It's like, whoa. And so once it dropped, stocks fell like crazy. Like the entire American stock market like fell off the cliff.
Nvidia lost like $600 billion of market cap in like a day.
And I think that's crazy. And I think the entirety of the stock market had gone down like $1 trillion.
Yeah, it was like, it probably was, honestly. It was like a bunch of the like Taiwan semiconductor stocks in general that day were like also kind of down. Pretty much everything that's involved in AI was down.
Yeah, which is like almost every company again.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I actually have some money in Nvidia. Not very much.
Yeah.
I got like $40. I'm not really that big of a holder in it. But I saw it go down like 12% in like a day. Yeah. And I was like, ouch.
Yeah.
I lost $1. Oh no.
Yeah. I was like $7.
Yeah. Damn. We're done.
I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm bankrupt. I lost a whole $1.
I'm not. I decided like I'm not putting any money in Nvidia for a while. It's just,
I feel like this is the time to buy.
It is
down.
Yeah, but also it's like
up.
It hasn't really gone back up.
Oh really?
For a minute. Yeah. No, it's just kind of been going.
It probably will over time.
Yeah.
It's still probably
as long as they can do good on their earnings, which is coming up soon. I think. Then. Which I don't know. Who knows what their earnings are looking like? So many negative news coming out lately.
Yeah. And then everything fell off a cliff. People started downloading it like crazy.
Dude, it was the #1 app on the App Store in like a day.
I mean, I downloaded it. I don't even opened it once, but I downloaded it.
Yeah.
I heard about it. I was like, let me get that.
Yeah.
I want to give the Chinese government my information. No, actually, interestingly, so people were talking about like, TikTok. They were worried about TikTok. DeepSeek is also Chinese. That's bad. They're like talking about that, and that's like actually something that's interesting is you can actually run it on local servers. So that meaning that your information is not going to the Chinese Communist Party. It can be stored. It's stored locally, so you're safe from that, which is cool.
Yeah, that's good.
Didn't you tell me earlier something about the American government?
Yeah, I swear I saw something about the Pentagon had their like stuff stored on there. Now they're like scrambling.
In one of their other product, DeepSeek's other product, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I think it was in DeepSeek. I just saw
like,
where it was like
not the AI, but like it was.
Yeah,
on
I guess they have like server storage or something you can use, and they're just like because apparently that data can be accessed by the Chinese government.
Hell yeah, that's crazy. They're worried about TikTok. They're like, do you think you could just look up, hey, this company that I'm gonna put all the top secret government information in? Let me just see where it's stored.
Yeah.
Oh, it's China.
Shit.
Oh crap. 2 years too late.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it was there.
I don't know.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's
like,
so funny.
We need to ban TikTok. It's making the kids gay and communist.
Yeah.
And we're like, but let's put our information in this. Let's just put
Let me actually
everything.
make sure that's right. Hold on. Let me like look it up.
Yeah, let's do a little fact check.
Yeah, because I swear I saw it, but I'm like not sure.
It's that time of the podcast where we figure out if we were spreading misinformation.
Yeah, the misinformation.
Play the misinformation theme song, Zach. Hopefully he put something there. Or it just made me look stupid. So also, let's talk about Trump's response. While you find that, I'll talk about that. So Trump, after this happened, he, like I said, he had just, confirmed or announced this thing that was like, oh, we're going to $500 billion into like AI development. And which to be fair,
dude, what the fuck? Yeah, it's true.
It is true.
It says there's a bunch of like Pentagon workers use DeepSeek's chatbot days before the block official Here, let me
That's crazy.
see this article real quick. Hold on.
Wait. Say that. Sorry, one more time.
So yeah, it's confirmed. Yeah, U.S. Defense Department employees connected their work computers to Chinese servers to access
That's
DeepSeek's
so
new
funny.
AI chatbot for at least 2 days before the Pentagon.
Oh, they
used
use
to
a
shut-
chat bot.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I guess
okay.
it like the device it's on, it stores the data on like the DeepSeek servers, which is connected.
That's
to China.
hilarious. That's wow.
Let me see.
Yeah, that I mean, like, I guess that's not as bad as like putting their files on it for years, is what I was thinking it was. But, so it was a misinformation.
Yeah, it stores. Oh, sorry.
Not really.
So DeepSeek's privacy policy states that it does store user data on China's in-server and that it governs the information under Chinese law.
Wow.
So
Great.
that's crazy that the Pentagon like was using it.
That's so funny.
Now they're like, shit, we gotta like
Yeah.
wipe all of our computers.
Yeah, for real. And also, so like I was saying, this Trump's
Yeah.
response to this. Oh, and also, like I was gonna say about the like a lot of money that we've been pouring into AI. To
Yeah.
be fair, I do think we still, without the money that we've poured into AI and making
Yeah.
these chips and making it better, I don't think DeepSeek would have been as good because they
Yeah.
did train it on ChatGPT. They did use NVIDIA chips, even whether or not they were the best of the best. They still used. So what we have is we have like export controls or bans on like sending the newest chips to there.
Yeah, they can use the it's like the H80 or something.
It's like a
800 or
two
something.
generations back. I
Yeah,
think.
it's like a slower. chip.
It's still solid, but it's
Yeah.
like slower than the ones we have.
Yeah.
But also, again, they probably can get them through the loopholes by sending them here and then up there.
Yeah.
So yeah, they. What was I gonna say? Oh, so like without our investment into AI and things like that, it wouldn't have been as easy for them to make it so good.
Yeah.
And again, they trained it on ChatGPT as well. But it is still, it's open sourced, which is like seeming to like a very, like the way that AI is probably going to be going, because that means people can, use that AI, learn it, and make it better and improve on it. It just makes more sense to make it open source. But also, did you see Trump's response to this?
No, I didn't.
He basically was like, oh no, DeepSeek is the China, they're here. We need to put tariffs on Taiwan. That'll fix it.
Yeah.
Which is where we get.
Yeah, we get like all of our chips from Taiwan.
NVIDIA, I'm pretty sure, is that where we get NVIDIA, something like that. We get NVIDIA like chips, or we get chips from there, which we use to develop AI. So like, while this free Chinese company is here and they're doing better AI for literally so cheap or free even, and we can't even be profitable on $200 a month, and now we have competition that's doing it for free. So OpenAI and ChatGPT are going to be trying to lower their prices to compete, which is a good thing. But now we have tariffs on the place that we get our chips from, which means that it's going to be even less profitable on $200 a month. But now we're going to have to lower the prices for competition purposes. It's like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's not.
It doesn't seem like a smart move in my head.
No.
Because when we put tariffs on Taiwan, that means that the American companies have to pay more to import those chips from Taiwan, and so more expensive. But then they have to lower the prices. It's just like, it's a mess.
Yeah.
But it was very entertaining.
Yeah.
See like everyone like, oh my God, oh no,
Yeah.
the China. But how?
Yeah.
Because communism.
Yeah, they're so poor and stupid.
Yeah, but what? How did the Chinese do it? Yeah, so that's fun.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
It's
what happens with that.
it's definitely interesting developments are happening.
feel like
Crazy
AI
developments of AI.
Yeah, have you used AI very much?
Not really at all.
Me neither, honestly.
Like, not even. No, I haven't.
I feel like it's.
I kind of like
definitely-
don't want to use AI. To be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah, I get that. I don't. I just doesn't. It doesn't make a lot of sense for me to use it in a lot of the ways I see people talk about using it. Oh, no, I feel like it's definitely got some useful things to it. It's definitely, I think, something that we should continue to develop.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I do feel like I don't want to just like fuck around with ChatGPT and DeepSeek. Maybe DeepSeek's better. I don't even know. But
Yeah.
I don't want to just like, talk to a character AI bot, because I know that like I'm not getting anything out of it. I'm just like this stupid tool, and then I'm just gonna like be ruining the environment, because like the
Yeah.
output, I think it's like AI is just like so inefficient and it burns like so much carbon. It's like it's crazy.
Well, I actually did hear that. I think it was Google or Microsoft. They got like authorization to turn back on the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant.
What does that mean?
It's a power plant, and well, because like the amount of power that AI needs is like so much that like nuclear power is more cleaner, and it's more powerful. So they're gonna start using nuclear power on it, which is also like
it's good.
The last time it was turned on, we had a nuclear meltdown.
But I think that's like well, I don't really know much about nuclear power. Honestly,
I don't know.
I'd be interested in reading a book about that.
Yeah,
because I've heard like nuclear power is it's way better. It's obviously it can lead to like a nuclear meltdown, but those are like pretty isolated and like there's problems that we can fix from those failures, where it's not like a very common thing.
Yeah, I think the last time it happened was under Jimmy Carter, and we like turned him off, and we haven't turned him back on since.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How's the book been going?
Oh, my book, my book's been going good. I'm like 60% done with it.
Sweet.
So I'm getting closer. I think the last time when we were on the pod, I was like 40%.
Yeah.
35 to 40% done with it. So I'm definitely.
Oh, and by the time this comes out,
yeah,
I will be 18 years old.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Get a round of applause for Dakota turning 18.
Woo! Oh shit. Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
You made it.
Thank you so much.
You can now enlist in the military.
I can. Yeah.
If you
finally.
wanted to.
Been waiting.
Yeah.
Wanting to for so long.
Yeah.
I can't wait to sign the thing where I can be drafted.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And I can finally serve my nation.
You can just finally serve Donald Trump.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
If he ever decides to go into China.
Yeah, when we invade China with our slave immigrant military from Guantanamo. We're gonna take them from Guantanamo and put them in the military.
Don't give him any ideas.
Yeah. He's listened to the RBI People podcast in an hour in, and he's like, oh, "That's a good idea." Whoa,
Donald Trump.
Let's put them in the military. It's a great idea. It's a great idea. Thanks, Dakota. Can I go in the pod sometime?
Oh God.
That's not how he sounds. Can I go in the pod sometime?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, thank you guys for watching. I realize I like never look at the camera.
I know.
It's just like kind of weird to like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just
good
like,
though, because it means like I have to look over because it ends every 30 minutes, and I need to make sure it's still on. Yours goes all the time.
Yeah.
And so like I look over, but
yeah,
it is.
I look over.
I look over there, and I'm like, what the hell? It's not on anymore. I need to go turn it back on. But it's probably better for like it like seems more natural.
Yeah.
If you're not looking at the camera the whole time. All right,
we're peacing out.
I would say that you should subscribe, but we no longer have to do the DEI subscriber initiative.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
we don't want any. Except for we want the widest possible audience. I don't know where this is. Oh wait, my camera.
Oh God,
my camera turned off. I think God is trying to stop me.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next week.
Don't forget, 9/11. It's because of DEI. See you next week.
Yep. See ya. Plane crashes because of DEI.
Every plane crash ever. It's because of the amputee dwarfs.
Yeah.
So I'll see you next week. Oh Lord.
Oh, shit.